Oh, hi. Oh, this is awkward. Didn't really have anything prepared. Maybe a completely over-the-top one-off intro? Yeah, that'll do it. Hey, you beautiful Buccaneers, Falcore here. So, 2021 is just around the corner. Well, tomorrow, in fact. And in 2021, we were promised huge changes to the game. So let's discuss some facts, some thoughts, and of course, some beautiful speculation. So far, all we know about the first update to the game in 2021 is the upcoming changes to the update cadence. We know that the game will no longer receive bite-sized monthly updates, but instead offer meteor quarterly updates. However, the first of these quarterly updates will be the gammon gristle offcuts left over from 2020, starting with a new merchant mission for new and old players alike, and the introduction of seasons to the game to keep us interested and engaged during 3 months between updates. I imagine Season 1 will be more of an introductory season, rather than a proverbial feast we'll see in the future. Given that the developers have only had 1 month to put it all together, I imagine the seasons that come after Season 1 will be far more expansive and offer larger changes to the core game. Now, first of all, as far as we are aware, there is no planned expansions to the game world such as a new region. So no, an ice zone isn't coming.
Well, this sucks.
At least not for the foreseeable future. This all boils down to a couple of reasons. Firstly, the game world is already too big, with a maximum of 6 ships per server, which was actually recently limited to 5 ships per server to combat hit reg issues. Because that worked! With such a large game world spanning over 145 nautical miles with the introduction of the Devil's Roar and the Shores of Gold, finding other players in the game can at times feel like you're on a dead server with nobody else around. This is simply never the case. You have just fallen victim to the lottery of ship sightings. Secondly, Sea of Thieves is a cross-platform game, meaning any expansions to the world would also have to be compatible on 7-year-old console technology. And anyone who plays on the original Xbox One will know that compared to an Xbox Series X or a high-end PC, the game is really starting to show its limits. So until the game becomes PC and Xbox Series X exclusive, I very much doubt we're going to see any new zones or an increase to the server population. However, that doesn't rule out the possibility of world evolution, changing the world we already have to make it feel fresh once again. As an example, any World of Warcraft players who are currently watching will remember there was an expansion called Cataclysm. This is a perfect example of what I am talking about. World of Warcraft as well was a game that started to show its age, and rather than adding new zones, the developers decided to use story elements within the game to change the pre-existing world, which also came with a vast improvement to the graphics and new quest systems. It was still the same game, and the core of the gameplay remained the same, but the world was updated with a fresh new look and some extra new faces. I could totally see something like this happening in Sea of Thieves in 2021. With so many areas of lore that have remained untouched for so long, I think we could see some of the less, desirable areas possibly evolve into something far more appealing to all of us, and in the process bring new quests or even factions. The developers have stated that the expanded universe, i.e. the comic books, the RPG game and the novels outside of the game, have canon lore. The Sea Dogs, for example, was a faction talked about in the comic books long before the arrival into the game universe. So with that in mind, we could see the arrival of other factions, such as the Twisted Knives, which are a faction of bounty hunters, or the Grand Maritime Union, which are a royal trading company, and the Merfolk, of course. Those guys that never seem to spawn when you want them to. Also, updates to custom servers are definitely on the agenda. For those who are unaware, custom servers are actually a thing, and are currently in alpha for us partners and Discord Affiliate Alliance admins to test out. But wait, don't get excited. Custom servers have all progression and gold turned off. They are a literal sandbox that will eventually be available to everyone to make fun events or create fan-based movies. I think in the future we'll see these expand to offer editable world dynamics, such as changing the time of day or weather patterns, and possibly even let us spawn in encounters and give us flying cameras to get those really sweet panning shots seen in the update videos. We've already seen the world evolve in different ways before. The emergence of the Reaper's hideout, the changes made to Old Boot Fort that merged with the Sea of the Damned, turning it into a dark and twisted place full of, tuckers. And more recently, the Lagoon of Whispers, which is getting small updates every patch that makes us wonder what it will eventually become. Other games that offer seasons such as Call of Duty Warzone and... Hang on. I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. Give me a moment. Fortnite have huge world-changing events that occur at the end of each season. So although Season 1 in Sea of Thieves may just offer us more of the same, but with extra frills, I'm definitely excited to see what happens in the Sea of Thieves universe in seasons to come. But until that time comes, I wish you all a very happy new year. Stay safe this evening, guys, and if you're invited to a party, say no. Just stay at home and drink grog with your friends in Sea of Thieves.